Hey guys, I'm Orla from your Women's Gear Review channel, and today we are bringing to you something very exciting, which is the newest luggage from Bellroy. I will have you covered across all of their new collection. The reason you will get everything that you need over here on this channel is because I do an airline test, I do a water test, I pack out the bag, see if we can get into it, I do measurements, I run through some pros and cons, and I always say, if there is anything that we have missed that you would like to know, I am happy enough to answer your questions below and also add photos or create shorts over on the channel for you. This is their light carry-on that they have created. I've also reviewed their transit collection on the channel for you to check out as well. I was absolutely beyond excited when Bellroy said that they were coming out with the luggage line. I think this is such a natural progression for them. I have reviewed a lot of their products over on the channel and have a fairly good idea as to how their material will hold up. So this carry-on is from their light collection. So if you haven't checked out their backpacks, I have also reviewed them on the channel. This might give you a better feel for the kind of backpack style of it and how that holds up over a long period of time and what works and what doesn't work for the backpack kind of style. Then you can kind of weigh it up as to whether you want it as a carry-on. A key thing to understand that Bellroy have taken this impact on travel to the next level, whereby they have created a space where you're able to get the equipment you need to repair your carry-on in the long-term event of your wheels, handles, or even your TSA locks needing to be repaired, creating a repair rather than a replace system, all fixable with just a wee hex key. There will definitely be more information on this on the Bellroy website on their fix kits that you can buy. However, this is something I appreciate in terms of environmental impact. Okay, without further ado, let's get cracking on with the summary. So with regards to the price, this is subject to change. Currently is sitting around $260 US. This is a 38 litre. You've got 51 by 34.5 by 23 in centimeters and a weight of 2.1 kg. So it is made from Bellroy's light Dura nylon. This means that it is lightweight but hard wearing ripstop. So the colors that it is currently available are in the ash, black and clay. Sorry, this is where I interrupt and just say, if you do happen to have a wee gander on the website of the products we are reviewing, then we would be so grateful if you could use our links below. This is no extra cost to you and it just helps us as a team and growing our channel. What's that? Oh, you would like me to introduce you to the team so you can see who you're helping out? No bother, let's go. First up, we have our editor, Orla, our outreach manager, Orla. Oh, there is our script writer, she's shy. She's called Orla. Then we have this sexy lady for thumbnails. The main star of our reviews is the reviewer herself, Orla. And last but not least, the woman who does it all. Her name is kind of like Lorla, but it's Orla. So don't forget to click that first link to purchase your item. In terms of warranty, this is repaired and backed by their 10-year warranty on luggage, international shipping and returns, but be sure to check out where you are in the world because fees may apply. If you are interested in all things gear related, then I highly recommend signing up to Size Matters, my exclusive weekly email community. Plus, all new subscribers get my guide on how to pick a backpack for women today when they sign up. So just hit the link below and sign up today. Okay, let's get cracking on with the features. So we just have for Brandon the Bellroy simply here on the front. Okay, let's start off externally. So we are going to go down here onto the bottom. So this is whenever you are kind of just stationing the luggage and you're just setting it down, then this just helps keep it in place for one, but also stopping it from touching the material and getting wear and tear onto that bottom bit of the bag. Nice durable material. It is that kind of material though, like not, I think that's like makeup actually from just me touching it, but it would stick to that. But you can find a way in kind of wiping it down, but it is that kind of material that you probably have to wipe down with like a damp cloth because it could be at risk of balling up. Beside this, you have your spinner wheels. So these are pretty silent and they can like endure going over cobbled streets and things. Pretty silent and pretty easy to kind of use. Nice kind of soft glide to them. No issues with that. It's just whether you kind of prefer a two-wheel carry-on or not. That's them. As mentioned, if anything were to happen to the wheels, they're going to provide a kind of repair system yourself that you can get, that you can just replace this all without replacing the whole entire bag. It is the kind of hardware around here that you will start to see that goes first in terms of like chipping and everything, but that's kind of natural in a carry-on, especially when this is making contact with the ground. It's just whether or not it's going to be durable enough, and as mentioned, they're going to create a system for that. So you have that, and then you also have your 10-year warranty, so you're definitely covered in that aspect. So this is kind of the back system, let's say. What you'll find at the top here is a nice little coated zip. Just being careful, sometimes it does get caught in this flap, but if we open this up, this is where you will find your handle. You'll find a little bit of branding. You've got your lovely little oil. So you can hide the handle in there if you want. You've got the button underneath. That's the furthest it'll go is up here. You can see your click. So you've got 3 positions. And then that'll bring it down and slide it on in like so. And then as mentioned, you can kind of hide that away like that. This is quite soft material, easy clean, easy to wipe down. So for the handles, you've got one here, one on the top. So that's seatbelt material. And then another on the side. That just makes it super easy for grabbing in the overhead locker, under the seat, or off the luggage belt. This kind of one like molds to your hand. I actually quite like that. So that's kind of it externally, as you can see. Lots of flexibility. We're going to go into this pocket here on the outside. You can loop this through here for some anti-theft, or if you had anything that you wanted to attach externally, then you could. If you had like a tag, you wanted to put your name on this luggage, then you could probably attach it there. So on both sides, opening this up, you've got a little custom pillar. Same design as the backpack, nice bright interior. You've got some organization here, one pocket, one pen pocket, and then another bigger pocket here. So this is quite handy if you are putting this in the overhead locker and you don't want to go into the meat of the bag and you have like your snacks or your phone or whatever you have in here. It is quicker to kind of access this instead of opening everything else up. Then you still have your wee luggage, your key tether that is sewn in here. You can place that in one of the pockets. I like to shove like a jacket in here because sometimes, I don't know about you, but when you get the aircon on a flight, it gets a bit chilly. So closing that up, onto the main star of the show, the main compartment here. You've got lockable zips. So if you do have a lock, you can place that through there. Open it up like this. On this side, a little bit of branding. You've got a top pocket, plenty of space. Also nice, see for this pocket, if you place in your liquids in here, then you don't have to go into the body of the bag. But if you're placing in a laptop, then you might have to do that. I think they're rolling it out where you don't actually have to take anything out of your bag these days. So this is a mesh pocket, really, really durable mesh. You do not have to worry about this plucking, ripping or anything getting caught in that and it tearing, because by Jesus, it is strong. Closing that. Really nice premium material. It feels really nice to touch as well. On this side, you've got a bigger mesh pocket. That's handy for like laundry, swimsuits, towels. Plenty of flexibility. Again, with that mesh, really durable. You've got a double zip. You can come from up there. Or if you want to, you can come from down here. Just depends on your preference. Then inside, you're gonna feel the hardware system on the back. Granted, because it is a carry-on. Doesn't take up too much of the space. We will be packing out, so you'll be able to see plenty of room. Behind here will be access to the hardware, so just ignoring that zip. Then you do have your little air tag, so if you had one of those, you could place that in there. And that is that. So let's go ahead and pack her on up. You can of course use packing cubes, that might suit you a bit better. Let's do for a weekend away, see how much we can get in. So 1 jumper, 2 jumpers. 2 pairs of trousers, 2 gym tops and 2 pairs of leggings, a pair of UK size 6 shoes, some accessory stuff, so there's a packing cube, other bits and bobs in there, a pair of pajama bottoms, pajama top. You wanted to fit a laptop in here. Runs up to about 15 by about 10 and a half. Usually if I'm having a carry-on, I'm having a backpack, so I don't really offer that. Let me show you the 14, see if that works. So that can go in there like that. In here, pants, underwear, socks and bralettes. My book, DS and tissues. Still room in there. Close this. Keys. Those pockets get a little tight. Pen. Liquids. Can I get you in here? Come on. Liquids. So all packed up. Let me give you a weight of that. 6 kg. So for a wee airline test, this is the replica of EasyJet. We want to know, is it going to fit in as a carry-on? I've got the lovely box here for Ryanair, which we'll test out in a wee second. So I can give you a little bit of a rough idea. Obviously with the flexibility, you can max out these pockets. Now if you are bringing a backpack and God forbid it's not like fitting in because these are too bulky, then you can just take out the items, shove it in your backpack and then put them back in to the carry-on if you wish. So for EasyJet, this is gonna fit in lovely as a carry-on. Even if you do have those pockets kind of bulked out a bit, there's still enough flexibility with this. Now for Ryanair, I know her well, Ryanair, I'm just gonna place it down here because I think if I place it up there, it might be a bit awkward. I'll be able to show you in a second. So, it's just a bit, let me show you what I'm saying. So, this here is fine in terms of like the box kind of breaking on the side. Not fine, but because of the flexibility, you can kind of shove it in that way, right? It's just that this is where it stops. It's just a little bit too tall for the old Ryanair requirements. So for a water test, this is fine for a light drizzle. I wouldn't be getting caught down in a downpour just for the pure fact that the zips aren't coated. Okay, time for some pros and cons. Pro number 1 is definitely the flexibility. Pro number 2 is the smoothness of the handle. I have to say that it's not one that gets like stuck. It actually moves quite freely, and I've found with a lot of handles that that's never the case. And the fact that you have the opportunity to kind of, oh Lord, hide it behind the back when it's not in use, just protecting it a bit more. And I do appreciate the lockable zips on the main compartment. And it is super lightweight, so it just means then when you are packing this up, I find that with carry-on, sometimes the weight of the carry-on takes up the majority of the weight of your allowance. So the fact that this starts off pretty lightweight and then you can just pack it up is a bonus. So some cons to think about. Now, I'm just not a fan of carry-on with this kind of material. I do prefer a whole hard shell exterior. That's just my personal preference. I did think when they were bringing out this kind of style that there would be an opportunity. I don't know if I was a bit deluded. There would be a bit of an opportunity that behind here there would be straps. So if I tucked away my handle, then I could pull out some straps and then I could use it as a backpack. But then I was explaining that to my partner and then he was like, but then the wheels would hit you. I don't know, I just thought that would have been funky. And just a few other things, I'm just not a fan of a 2-wheel kind of system. I need those 4 wheels and I need to be able to spin her in and out of chaos. And lastly, while she's ground for a little bit of light drizzle, I just would want coated zips. That's just my personal preference. Do let me know below what your thoughts are on this latest from Bellroy. Is this your cup of tea? What works for you? What doesn't work for you? I'm definitely intrigued to know. So that is the end of our review. We hope you enjoyed. And if you did, then why not consider joining the channel and hitting that subscribe button. If you do happen to have a gander over on their website and you're thinking about purchasing this new and latest from them or anything else from them, then we'd be forever grateful if you could use our links below. Thank you so much for watching. Bye. I don't know how helpful this is going to be, but, or if you can even see it. If you wanted a wee height, goes up to the old hips.